Hello again, everyone. This is American Idioms, Part 22. This is the 22nd video in my American Idiom series, and like the others, I will present 5 idioms to you, numbered 106 to 110. But first, I'll give you the chance to guess their meanings. Then I'll explain their meanings to you using additional examples to help you to understand them better. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 106. And the example is, I really like going to that store because they always bend over backwards for me whenever I shop there. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is B, to try very hard to do something helpful or good for someone. And that is why the person liked to go to the store. And that's what to bend over backwards means, to really help somebody. All right? Think about bending over backwards. It's extremely hard to do that, right? But in a sense, the people who worked at this store were trying very hard to help anyone who shopped in the store. That's why the person liked it so much. Here's another example. My friend's mom is really nice to me and always bends over backwards whenever I visit them. In this case, the person's friend's mom tried extremely hard or very hard to be nice. Probably did things for the person that she didn't really have to, so she bent over backwards for him or her. Okay, number 107. And the example is, I don't understand how he got off the hook because the police caught him with the stolen jewels. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is A, to escape from a difficult situation. And in this case, the person was wondering how this other person who had the stolen jewels from probably a robbery was able to escape the police, even though the police caught him with the jewels. That's why he couldn't understand why the police let him go. Or, as we say, the police let him off the hook. Here's another example. I didn't do my homework yesterday, and I thought my teacher would be upset today. But she let me off the hook because I told her that I had to help my dad last night. Now, in this case, the person was let off the hook, escaped a difficult situation, right? Because he didn't do his homework. Because he had helped his dad and he told his teacher that, and that's why he was let off the hook. All right. Now, number 108. And the example is, our teacher wanted to give us the day off today, but she couldn't because her hands were tied by the school's regulations. Can you guess the meaning? Did you guess C? To not be free to do something or behave in a way that you like? If you did, you are correct. And that's what it means to have your hands tied. It means that you're not able to do something that you would like to do for some reason. In this case, it was the school's regulations that stopped the teacher from giving her students the day off. Here's another example. Our boss tried everything in his power to give us a pay increase, but his hands were tied by his boss, the CEO of our company. In this case, the person's boss had his hands tied by the CEO of the company. All right? The CEO stopped this person's boss from doing what he wanted to do. So he had his hands tied. And now for number 109. The example is their first software program was their cash cow because it enabled them to stay in business for a long time, even though the other programs that they have developed have not sold well. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is C, something that makes a lot of money for a company or someone. And this is what cash cow means, and it's usually related to finance in some way, where you're making money. For example, a cow gives milk, it produces something that keeps on producing milk. A cash cow in a business keeps on producing money. And that's what happened in our example, where the company's first software program was their cash cow. That's where their money was coming from, and it helped them, it enabled them to stay in business for a long time, even though their other programs did not sell as well. But the cash cow kept on producing. Here's another example. I didn't want to invest in my brother's company, but it has turned out to be the cash cow of my financial portfolio. In this example, the person is talking about how the cash cow of his financial portfolio, which means a collection of stocks or bonds or anything that's financial, and the cash cow kept on producing. It was the best stock or investment that he had in his portfolio. Okay, and that's what a cash cow is. Okay, the final idiom, number 110. And the example is, gasoline prices are really high right now, so I'll have to tighten my belt a little if I still want to go on vacation this year. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is A, to reduce or restrict one's budget. And that's what the person was talking about when he had to tighten his belt. He had to reduce or restrict the amount of money that he spent because of the gasoline prices. And it seems like he wanted to go on vacation, so he had to save money. So that's why he had to reduce what he was maybe paying for before because of the high gasoline prices. Here's another example. My cousin lost his job last week, so he's had to tighten his belt quite a bit. In this case, the person lost his job, or the person's cousin lost his job, so he had to decrease his budget or reduce the amount of money that he spent. So he had to tighten his belt because he didn't have a job. No, there was no income coming in. Got it? That's all for this video. Please take the challenge and try to use one of these idioms in a sentence in the comments section. Okay? Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And remember what I always say, keep practicing! See you next time.